All right, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Welcome on this lovely Tuesday. Good to see you, Lawrence. Good to see everybody, Brian, Rich, everybody on social media and YouTube and Facebook. Everyone, good to see you all. Hopefully everybody's ready for, I love Valentine's Day. Does everybody have a sweetheart? Everyone has to have a sweetheart for Valentine's Day. If it's not your wife, your girlfriend, your cat, your goldfish, something, make sure you listen. It's a great day, and make the best of it. Okay. 53 years, Lawrence. My God, that's a long time. I'm going to be on 25 years this year. Ronnie, same thing for you? Great, 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 great. Well, let's get started, everybody. A couple of things. CPI numbers came out, and nothing crazy. I mean, the market just literally just went up like 56, just dropped down like 3. It's really not going anywhere. The market. There were a couple of stocks that were trading yesterday. We're going to check them out really quick. There were a couple of things that are moving right now. Just want to talk about. Everybody remember PLTR? We traded this stock a long time ago. It's just so funny how it always shows up out of nowhere. This stock, back in 2020, this thing ran from like $8 all the way to 45. I remember that stock. She's on a move this morning, and I'd like to keep an eye on it and see what happens. But nice little stock right there, PLTR. A couple other ones actually showed up on the watch list. Nothing really crazy on the New York, but this stock took a really big hit right here. We'll talk a little bit about this one. And there are a couple other ones that are also looking out pretty well. And there's another really good one. I want to go back. Actually, I got a swing trade that's going on a stock. Because remember, we just don't day trade. We also swing trade here at Cyber Trade University. And we're going to talk a little bit about that too with some of the stocks. But before we do that, a couple of reminders today. Don't forget, I'm going to talk about the CPI numbers, how to trade today's CPI numbers. 12 o'clock, we got that link on the bottom, so everyone's more than welcome to join us for that event. Remember, we do a free event every week, a live workshop. You're all that welcome. And also, Josh is doing Traders Talk today, so please don't forget about that. Every Tuesday at 11, we'll be broadcasting live on all our channels. Now, regarding about what we traded yesterday, let's just go over that really quick and just cover a couple of interesting stocks. I thought it was kind of crappy. You know what? What happened regarding about the Super Bowl and everything else, I thought we were going to get some action. I mean, the commercials were like, we saw Rihanna. I don't know. She's self-made billionaire. I don't know if she hinted anything. Didn't really see anything that it was a great game. It was a great game for anyone that watched it. But overall, I mean, I didn't see anything that worked out well that would spin into making some of these stocks move. So regarding about what happened yesterday, we had to wait until the market opened up, and because I didn't see anything in pre-market, but a lot of you traded the stock OCUL. I mean, this thing was gorgeous. What a great runner. $4 stock, shot up all the way up to a high around $6. And you know what? It was great just in the morning. It had, look at it, beautiful Fausto flags, higher highs. Just kept going up until even from this morning, right out of the gate. I think a lot of you guys caught around 480, and up until about 10:30, thing ran to about 520. Not bad for a day's pay. I mean, I always get a kick at it. I always will say it all the time. What the hell's 40 cents? I don't know, 1,000 shares, $100,000 a year salary, take it all the time. Tops also had a really nice move. Tanker stock, literally, basically right at the gate, had some decent pre-market movement, and then from $1.50 all the way up until about 10 o'clock, up to $2. Great run up on that one. Another stock early in the morning too, made a good run up. A little cheap stock, 60 cents to $1.20. That one had a nice pop, but a lot more was in the pre-market that did pretty well. And last but not least, we'll just talk about this one, CJJD. The stock, you could see here on the long-term chart, had a really nice little swing trade. And you could, if you were in the right place at the right time, you did pretty well. That stock right here in the middle, really nice pop, 580 all the way up to about 750. But for some of you that come in late in the middle of the day, or maybe in the, maybe at different parts of the country or the world, remember, there's always good times to trade. Remember what we say, trading is like a Jimmy Buffett. It's a buffet, okay? There's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all right? And then after dinner, they close up and they start the next morning. It will always be there. There are better times to get the hot food. There's certain times when, if you want to be there for breakfast, it's going to be served. Be there for lunch. You want to be there for dinner. You're not going to have dinner in the breakfast time, but there's always something available for all of you. And this kind of explains it. So don't ever neglect it and think that, oh, I'm not going to get any of these things already run early these hours. They always move. Now, let's go spin on what's going on for today, because I think that's what everyone's looking forward to, right? So listen. There was one stock that I liked that we've been trading for a while, and it's Boyle. Okay, so Boyle, you could see we've been trading the stock. It took a huge hit. All right, and the problem with Boyle, it's pretty volatile, so you got to be very careful with Boyle. Now, I own it as a swing trade. I own it right around here. The stock you could see here kind of took a little bit of a hit. And I kept like buying and selling it, buying and selling. I took a loss like twice on it, okay? And good thing I did, because if I didn't, I would have went all the way down here. But I own it right around here, around the $6 price range. So I might average up, because I like Boyle, and especially what's going on with everything else. This is the opposite of the KOLD that we were trading. But this stock took a very big hit. It's very hard to day trade. If action starts kicking, it's going to be very difficult to day trade. But got 5 million shares. I kind of think it's pretty decent. So it could be a good day trade if it doesn't get too crazy, but it might could be a good swing trade. It's been holding here for a while, since the beginning of February. All right, another couple of stocks I want to keep an eye on. This stock, is the biggest percentage gainer right now in the New York Stock Exchange. I mean, the NASDAQ is at 26%, which is kind of shocking, because that's not a lot, 26%. We usually find things like 50, 60 in the morning. The other issue I have with it, I don't like it, it's flat. Okay, it hasn't gone anywhere. So scratch. Same thing with this one, FUSN. I know a lot of us were looking at it. It hasn't gone anything in pre-market. Scratch. You know what I mean? Remember, it's all about the big percentage gainers and losers. By the way, everyone enjoying phase one? I know Josh started phase one, because what I'm talking about right here is basically what we teach. You're probably wondering, how do you find these stocks? How do you go through the list? Remember the 3 T's we teach you: tradable, trend, and trap. That first T, you blow up that first T, that screws everything up right there. So that's a big mistake. Another stock that's moving pretty decent here is the INPX. I kind of like it because it's not up crazy. It's not that expensive. It's a cheap little stock, up 10%, 1 million shares traded. Volume wasn't super exciting, but you know what? This thing took a huge hit. Look at this long-term chart. It just got devastated. Look at this thing. It got crushed. I don't know. Maybe this is the time for a rally. I love stocks like that. I'm finding I'm doing a lot more. I love bottom fishing. I'm doing a lot more bottom fishing on the swing trades. So where there's somebody's catastrophe is going to be our opportunity. And I'm kind of seeing that a little bit more with these stocks right here. Now, anything else out there? Listen, I'm already at 8%, 9%. It just looks horrible out there on the pre-market. And, on the New York Stock Exchange, I mean, on the percentage gain losers, this thing just got crushed when the market just started around 8 o'clock this morning. This thing got hammered. I did call this out earlier as a dead cat bounce. And she doesn't look like a pharmaceutical stock, as usually kind of tells you that right here. But I'll put it on the watch list because, like I said, we don't have a very big list right now, which is kind of shocking. I don't know. Maybe everyone's getting excited for Valentine's Day. Maybe that's what it's all about. But oh wow, we got a nice little run in SI. Oh, SI just came out of nowhere. Look at that. SI just popped. It looks like the 9 o'clock move right there. Let me go check on level 4 and see what we got going on. Right? Don't we care about? We love at level 4, don't we? Let's go check out and see what's going on with the orders. A little buyers showed up there for a few thousand. Let me show you what we got going on over here. Look at that. See that guy right there? Look at that. See the volume starting to pick up? Anything over there? Big seller right here, 7,000 right there. Boyle, let me bring up Boyle too, by the way, because I want to see what's going on there. You got 40,000 share seller. You got some sellers starting to kick in right now, right around here, 660, right around there. We got to see if these guys get executed. But the SI, look at that, nice little pop. Look at that. See that big little order right there? Look at that. Everyone see that? Nice big red block. That's what we're looking for. And that's what we're going to teach you. For some of you that never saw this before, we're going to talk about how to follow the money. You know, most people are out there so focused on the past. You know, oh, what's this Fibonacci doing? What's this indicator? What's this? What's RSI doing? Forget about that garbage. How about focusing on who's buying and who's selling it? That's what you got to focus on. We'll talk about that, at 12 o'clock. But anyway, pretty small list, very small, not too crazy. Anyway, anything I'm missing I did not call out? Anybody here? SI looks pretty good, though. I would love to see that buyer show up and start bidding it up again. We know he's out there. We know he's out there. The question is how long he's going to go up there. Anyway, what makes the stock even more attractive, the stock was a $100 stock. Look at this thing just got hammered. Some of you remember we traded this stock not too long ago right here. Remember the stock we traded it back in the beginning of February? It ran from 13 and ran all the way to 24. Okay, looks like it's making a little Fausto flag also. It's got a small order out there at 1640. All right. Anything else? All right, good. So listen, Valentine's Day, make sure you take care of your sweethearts, all right? And no matter who it is. And if we see something, we'll say something. We will be back here on social media. For everybody that's here in the morning, we're starting to broadcast live at 10 a.m. Eastern. We're not, if you want to get in at the open, you just like us and friend us. And you can always do a trial, get into our room. But if you just want to see, you want to come a little later, you want to try it out, we'll see you back here at 10 a.m. and at 11. We're just going to go right into it. And then and don't forget, cyber traders, you got class. Make sure you go back and review it. Very important. You got to learn before you can earn. All right, everybody? So in the meantime, happy Valentine's Day. We'll see you back at 9:30 when the market opens up. And hopefully some of these stocks or maybe something new might pop up. All right? See you then, everybody.